Hey YouTube, Dark God back again with my day 3 reviews for my October Horror Challenge. As you know, I'm trying to watch 100 horror movies in the month of October. Today's the third day. Well, it's actually the fourth day, just replying for the third day. I watched 5 movies yesterday, which was a pretty decent day for me. First movie I got into was Cult of Chucky. It released yesterday, I believe, on DVD or on Netflix, and I wanted to check it out. I didn't mind the last direct-to-video Chucky movie. I think it was not Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky. I think it was. I didn't mind that one. I didn't think that was bad. This one went a little beyond that, and my biggest gripe, and I mean, there's spoilers here, so if you didn't see Cult of Chucky, you might want to not watch this. The whole being able to form more Chucky dolls like as they go on, that was always something in the series. I felt like unless I missed something in Curse that he could now do this. That was always something in the original movies that he was trying to get a human body, but now he's just going around just making all these Chucky dolls, going into people, jumping into people whenever he wants to and everything. And I think that kind of killed it. It wasn't a bad movie. The gore and the murder and the killing is decent in it. They're not as memorable as the original Chucky movies or the original Child's Play movies, but there's definitely a couple moments where things are pretty good. That being said, I don't know. There's just something missing from it. Probably I don't know. Maybe it was just the direct-to-video. Maybe they didn't have enough money or something. It felt like it was lacking in something. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'd probably not rewatch it, but if I was ever like binging all the movies, I might catch it. But just that whole jump into the body, forming new Chucky's, that just really turned it off for me. Second movie I watched was Son of Dracula, which is the third film in Universal. Dracula, then you had Dracula's daughter, now Son of Dracula. The coolest thing about this is that Lon Chaney Jr. actually plays Dracula. So it's cool seeing him outside something other than like the Wolfman. Seeing him play another big character, and supposedly his dad was supposed to play it in the original, so it's kind of cool seeing that. And a couple other firsts. This is the first vampire movie that shows vampires being stronger than humans, which I thought was pretty cool. This is the first vampire movie to have a vampire to bat transformation on film, which was another cool thing. Not as good as Daughter of Dracula, or Dracula's Daughter rather. Not as good as Dracula, also, obviously. Still, it's a serviceable sequel. I mean, it's the third film in the series. Not many third films are good in a horror series. I mean, you're really lacking when you get to that far down. But this one was decent. Lon Chaney Jr. is awesome in it. Very, very highly recommended as far as acting, I think. A lot of his movies, even when he's outside of the Wolfman, he's very good in them. So I'd probably give that one like a 5.5 out of 10. Maybe crawling into a 6 out of 10, or right around that area. But all in all, it wasn't that bad of a film. It was pretty decent. Third film I watched was a very cheaply made movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very boring. It was called The Unbroken, and the biggest actor in it is Daniel Baldwin. So you got to think, when you can't even get like the good Baldwin actors, like you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for talent. Warwick Davis is in it, and he does have a couple good scenes. He plays kind of like a creepy, mystic, tarot dealer type character. He does good in it. The whole film is very, I thought, very obvious, and it's the build up and everything going into it, and it was just very boring. And come on, get out of the film. Nobody wants to watch you. It builds up to the ending, and where I thought they were going with it, I thought it was kind of obvious. They throw the big twist, and that twist was actually decent, which I was kind of shocked, and it actually bumped the movie up a little bit just with the ending, which is very rare for a movie to be that not good throughout all of it, and then to bump it up at the very end like it did. Still not ever going to watch it again. I mean, it was cool. Like, if anybody ever watched it, I'll tell them, hey, the ending's good, but that's about it. All in all, it'll be about a 4 out of 10. Fourth movie I watched was a revisit. It was my VHS watch of the night. If you see on my Instagram, I'm taking pictures of every VHS I watch. That was Shocker, Wes Craven's Shocker from 1989. The crazy thing was, I remember renting Shocker, and and like a lot of like the magazines, like Fangoria and everything, they were trying to build it up like it was going to be the next Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Craven was back, like with a character he could control and make into the new star. And it's weird seeing Mitch Pileggi from X-Files being a bad guy. And it's a decent movie. It does not hold up over time though. The kills, I mean, it's very, very brutal movie. Like, all the kills are pretty brutal, and like, just like, it's very through serial killer's eyes type movie. Like when he jumps to different people, like how vicious they are. Like the little kid's the best part when the little girl's like trying to run the guy over with the bulldozer, and cursing at him, spitting at him. It's just very good, like how it's done, where that serial killer trait jumps with him. And I know it's him, but it's just cool seeing it in the different people and everything. Still, it really doesn't hold up, and it drags. Like towards the end, it's dragging, and it gets a whole supernatural aspect of, the mother and the girlfriend and everything, and it's just very towards the end. It's just like you just want it to end, and it wasn't as good as I remember. Like when I saw it when I was a little kid, I remember loving Shocker and just thinking it was such an awesome movie and everything. And maybe it is geared to a little kid, even though it's an R-rated movie, but I might hold off a little while watching this one again. Another 5 out of 10 movie. The last movie I watched for the night was a movie called Amer, and it's from Belgium. It's a French-Belgian production, and it's actually filmed on film instead of digital, which is pretty cool. But it's done in like a style of like a giallo film from like Italy in the 70s, like Dario Argento style. That's at least what I was told. And I mean, when you watch it, it is shown that way. The cinematography is amazing in the film. The music is amazing in the film. The acting is amazing in the film. Just the film really goes nowhere until like the last 20 minutes. Like they build up and build up and build up and build up, and you just want something to happen. And finally, like, you like the last 20 minutes, that's where you get all the action at. But when I think giallo, I think of like, people in black gloves killing multiple people, vicious kills and everything, and you're not given that. It's more of the build up about this girl and her relationship with her family, and when she was a little kid, dealing with what she saw and everything, her grandparents dead and everything. And for me, it didn't do it. I mean, I like the style. I like like I said, the cinematography is top notch. Definitely, without a shadow of doubt, best cinematography I've seen so far. So, those are the 5 films I watched: Son of Dracula, Amer, Shocker, Cult of Chucky, and The Unbroken. Son of Dracula is probably the best out of all of them that I saw. Amer is probably the second, and it just goes downhill all the way to Unbroken. Shirt of the day is my Killer Clowns from Outer Space, straight from Walmart, right off the $8 rack. I love this shirt. I love the movie. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my favorite films. So when I saw this at Walmart, I was like, you know what? I'm getting that, because that's just me. That's like one of my favorite top 10 probably movies ever, just how fun of a movie it is. So, third shirt I probably get good compliments on. All 3 shirts I just wore the past couple of days. Everybody always tells me that those are like, when they see me, they always like that shirt. Like everybody sees it, it's like, oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And that's cool, because you get a lot of people who might have seen it back in the 80s and aren't exactly a horror fan, and just like rekindle something. They get to talk to you about it, or whatever they remember as far as like them watching as a kid. So tomorrow's gonna be another slow day, only like a couple, 2-3 movies max. So that one will be up tomorrow. But until then, I will catch you on the flip side.